right. Or turn it on if you do want to be on the live stream. All right, fantastic. Welcome back. This is going to be a very short, just sort of reintroduction to the second half of the session today. So the second half is going to be about, is going to be working on principles, sort of continuing the work that you did last week, where you started to sort of brainstorm some principles, ideas, some concepts. Now these are, and I should be clear about this because I think different things have, well, have not been said by us, but just want to clarify that your principals are going to city staff, and the consultants who are working with city staff to write the code. Someone is sharing their screen. Can we? There we go. I got that off. Thanks. So just a couple notes here before we move into those groups. You're going to pick up where you left off in terms of that brainstorming. Some groups didn't do that last time, so you'll be jumping straight into it. The groups will be slightly mixed. There will be a couple of folks who were randomly selected from each group who will stay with the brainstorm that you started last time. And the rest of each of those groups will sort of rotate. So if you were in group 1 last time, you might be one of those folks that stays with group 1. You might be one of the folks that's rotating to group 2. That's just to get some new voices in the room, looking at stuff that was brainstormed last time, if there was stuff brainstormed last time in that group, but also having some folks there that remember what happened a week ago. Just a reminder that these are sort of high-level principles. And as I mentioned, they'll be used by staff when they're faced with sort of trade-offs or looking to prioritize one thing over another, or looking for direction in general. They will go back to the principles that you came up with and how you prioritize them. So that's going to be kind of the last stage of this process. We're going to go through a process of trying to get all the principles out there, try to put similar ones together, and edit them, attach reasons why you think they're important, and then finally on Saturday prioritize them. So folks outside the panel can get an idea of sort of what the priorities of the panel are. Yeah, remember these are high-level principles. You'll get down to the nuts and bolts of the code and all that stuff in the new year when draft code comes back. So this is like, keep it fairly high level. We are moving into the realm here this week of sort of making arguments for things. We've been very in this sort of non-judgmental. We're gonna try to get as much information as possible. And you've probably already seen some of the speakers have more opinions, and you are welcome to have more opinions as we sort of go forward. There is space for that. However, please remember our discussion guidelines and to be respectful of everybody else. We will try to work together to find common solutions, but also respect when we have disagreements. And if you see yourself having what you feel like might be a minority voice in any particular group, and you feel like, I don't know, I think this is really important, I want that in there, there will be place for that. And in the prioritization process, some things will move up and some will move down to the list, but nothing will drop off. So that's very important to mention. Right. So in the next 30 minutes here, or 25 minutes rather, you'll be taking a few minutes first to review the work of your fellow panelists in the 2 summarizing groups that they did over the past weekend. Both of those groups worked some extra hours and put together some summaries of information to share with you, just to sort of jog everyone's memory about sort of what you've heard from outside presenters and also from fellow panelist experience. So we'll take about 5 minutes to just take a look at those. And I want to just tell you that if you feel comfortable navigating to the Panelists Resources page, you'll find them there already under flip charts, under the flip charts section. And there is, they are there that you can look at there. Your moderators will also put them on screen and sort of page through them. All right. I think that is, I need to say here? Oh, so in these groups, look at the principles that were brainstormed last time. If there were principles brainstormed last time, you're welcome to work on those. But in the interest of not sort of washing over anybody's intended meaning from previous meetings, our only sort of stipulation here is to not change the meaning, the core meaning of any particular thing that's already been, any particular idea. But if you're like, yeah, I can add to that a bit, great, fantastic, work on that, and then add new additional potential principles. If there are principles that conflict, as I already mentioned, there will be this prioritization process where that will be worked out later. So don't worry about that, or try to fix every kind of conflicting thing now if there are conflicting principles. And with that, let's move into small groups, and we will end right on time with this next section.